What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I appreciate the support, as always. Guys, I want you to imagine this scenario. You own a home. You work abroad, meaning you don't work in your city. Sometimes you may work in your city where you can go directly home, but you might have a job where you go to different cities, work for an extended period of time, then come back to your home to enjoy the comforts of it. Or in another scenario, you own a home and you want to sell the home. You already made renovations and everything, so the home is in selling order, and you go to sell the home, or you go to come back to your home from a long journey working in another city, and all of a sudden you come home and somebody's sitting in your house. And when I say sitting in there, I mean living in there. And I'm talking about squatters. Guys, I'm going to play this video clip and tell this lady's story. She's an Army veteran, a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, active duty. Working out in Illinois. She comes home to her Dekalb County home in Georgia, only to find this. Check it out.
An Army officer says a squatter moved into her Dekalb County home while she was serving on active duty. And she only found out when a real estate agent was making final preparations to sell the house. Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray is here. And Justin, that's when they found out someone else had moved in.
Well, Linda, they already had a buyer. The house was under contract. But last week, a convicted criminal moved his things into the home, claiming he had a valid lease.
He's not a tenant. He's a squatter.
There are beware of dog signs in some windows, cardboard covering others. A car in the driveway of Lieutenant Colonel Delia DeRay's Ellenwood home in Dekalb County, where someone she's never met moved in without her knowledge or permission and won't leave.
I felt violated. Had I not been serving my country, I would have been in my home.
DeRay is full-time active duty command staff with the Army Reserves stationed in Chicago. She was renting her Dekalb County home, but after a $35,000 renovation, put it up for sale.
I got a cash offer. It was under contract.
And that's when she says this man, Vincent Simon, apparently moved in, claiming this was his lease, that he'd paid $19,000 up front for 6 months.
The police called the number that's on the lease. It doesn't exist.
DeRay went to police, who told her it was a civil matter. This week, she served Simon with eviction papers, but he has a right to respond and have the case heard by a judge.
I can't ask them to leave. I can't put them out.
Vincent Simon has a long criminal history, including convictions for guns, drugs, and theft charges. DeRay saw him moving giant safes into the house. Mr. Simon, it's Justin Gray with Channel 2. We went multiple times to the home to try to talk to Simon. Are you squatting in the home, Vincent, or did you rent it fair and square? DeRay says the sale of the home appears to be off. All she can do now is wait for the eviction process to play out.
I want to go shoot out the windows, turn off the water, cut wires, but I can't because there's a law called self-help. That's a crime. I'm a law-abiding citizen, so I can't do that.
Both Dekalb County Police and an official private process server served Simon with those eviction papers. He now gets 7 days to respond and can request a trial before a judge. So this process, it could take weeks or maybe even months, Justin.
Well, guys, that was the story. And I got to admit, that's a nightmare scenario that a lot of Americans go through on a day-to-day basis. Here, this woman is a lieutenant colonel. I don't know if you guys know about the military, but that's a very, very high-ranking officer. She has put in serious years in the military, only to have this happen to her. You heard what she said. I serve my country. I do the right thing. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And to come home and have this happen is messed up. You see what she said? Just like everybody else. And a lot of people need to take notes of that. She said, I want to shoot the house up, shoot the windows out, cut wires and everything else, but I gotta follow the law. And that's the problem. It's too many laws for these people that just come, these bum ass folks just come and sit in somebody's house and know it's a lot of red tape to get them out, So they just bide their time and be like a tick on a parasite and soak up off of somebody else. The success. That's a damn shame, man. This stuff go on a lot. There are a lot of bum ass people out here. People that refuse to grow up and people that will drain you dry. Many different cities got squatter problems. You know what I'm saying? The nerve and the gall of somebody to see a house, you know it's not abandoned, it's owned by somebody, break a window, sneak in the house, and then live in it like it's yours. Putting plants outside and all kinds of stuff. He got a beware a dog sign in the thing. Now I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why I brought up her being a lieutenant colonel, they make very good money in the military, right? Did you see that home? That home is in a well-established neighborhood. Look at this asshole. What on him look like he's established or respectable enough to live in that house? Proof of it is what he's doing. Broken glass, a broken window in the front with cardboard over it. Beware a dog sign in the middle of the damn window of the house. That house might be a $500,000 house, depending on the real estate market out there in Atlanta. Think about that. And here he come pulling up with the SRT. He got the SRT out there. Broke window. Moving safes in the house. History of drugs, guns, and theft charges. Straight up ninja move right up in the damn house. And what's messed up is she just paid for renovations to get the house on the market, had a deal in place. The house was sold, guys. And here comes some dude right off the street with a fictitious lease. Oh, I paid for this. I paid, $19,000 for 6 months. So you can't do anything about me. Knowing the house is not his or the house, it was not the person that was there. Because think about it. We all got common sense. If somebody, you pull up to a nice area, you know it's a nice area. And if they say they want to, the rent is this and that, before you give $19,000 to somebody, guys, or sign on the dotted line and write a cashier's check to give somebody damn near $20,000, don't you do what? Check their credentials. Now, on that lease, she's the owner of the house. Her name ain't on the lease. That's what cracked me up with all this red tape and not throwing people out. You see the flim-flammery. If I was a lawmaker, I'd be like, yo, this got to stop. People work hard for their stuff only to have other people come in and take it from them or manipulate it. You know damn well he know that he not going to be there long. He got a dog probably in there running rampant, shitting and pissing all over the damn place. Now that he under scrutiny, he ain't going to come outside, so he ain't walking the dog. I guarantee he tearing that house up because he know he got to get out. Fuck this house. Man, it's a nightmare scenario, and a lot of people go through this. And it's like, what can you do? They need to change the laws. If my name ain't on none of that shit, you got to get out right now. I don't give a fuck if you got kids or not, because you should have known better. Man, it's like the nerve of some people. I feel so bad for Lieutenant Colonel Delia Del Rey. I feel so bad for her. She put her life on the line, serving the country, veteran. It's hard to work in another state when you have commitments to the government and to a country. And to have this happen to is messed up, man. Messed up. The number on the damn lease don't exist. That right there, I'd have got his ass out of there. Hey, my man, you gotta get out of here. See, because this be the hustle. I'm gonna tell you the hustle. I paid $19,000, get it all on the lease, right? A lot of times, I don't know if you guys know Craigslist. Craigslist, they'll post up houses that are not theirs, that they have access to getting into. People will make posts, say they're a building company. They know poorer folks or people that are not intelligent don't investigate the credentials. Oh, we can meet at the lease signing and all this other stuff. Anybody can get a key made to a house as long as they can get access into the house. So they probably had keys made. That's why the window was broke out. Somebody got in there, called the mobile locksmith or something like that, where they don't ask questions. The neighborhood's nice. Nobody would ask questions in that type of neighborhood. when somebody comes up, you know, to offer a service, they got a key, made a fictitious lease. You can get those online. Put some fake numbers in there. Got the check from my man. If this is the part, if what he's saying is true, which I don't believe. Now, all of a sudden, you done got a deposit, right? It might be 2 or 3 months deposit from somebody and gave him keys to a fictitious house you don't own. And then you out and gone. Don't have to bother with them no more. Now they stuck with the lease and they got to battle with people that come home. And that's the thing. There are two different types of squatters. Might be more. Some that get caught up in paperwork, get a fictitious lease. People come and say, hey, man, who are you? Hey, we live here. That happened to me before. I was renting a house. You know what I'm saying? Me and my ex-wife, we in the house eating dinner. Here comes some Mexican dudes in the door with all these tools and stuff. Yeah, we bought this house 3 months ago. Who are y'all? We like, who are y'all? We live here. House fully furnished. We had to get out. It's the craziest thing. People do you like that. I was a victim of that. Then you got the second type of squatter, just them regular bum-ass people that's on the street, breaking your house to do drugs and all kind of shit, turning your house into a trap house or just into a base house where they just do drugs and just live off of you. You see this a lot of times when older people in the neighborhood die and they don't have an heir, and then the city takes over the house. They don't have a real estate company or nothing, and they have a bunch of properties just sitting there, and the laws are not maintained. People see this, and then boom, you got this. Man, it's a messed up thing, man. I just feel bad, honestly. And I mean, like she said, she want to go over there and act the fool, but she can't. And that's the thing that's hard. It's like standing outside the door of your house with somebody living in it and doing what the fuck they want, and you know they're not supposed to be there. Nightmare scenario. Guys, leave me a comment. Tell me about it. Man, I hope everything works out with this lady. Get this piece of shit out your house. But as always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Damn shame.